Miami and Ole Miss this Thursday night at 7:30. Fiesta Bowl is gonna be on and popping. We're gonna see what the teams do. But first we gotta predict it. We gotta go over it. First off, Ole Miss. Ole Miss without their head coach honestly has exceeded my expectations. Since spoilers, I had Georgia and Ohio State in the semifinal. That ended up not happening. We got Miami and Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is just doing great. Trinidad Chambliss is doing great. He got an extra year, so we're going to see him again, most likely. I think he could work himself to be a second-round pick in 2027. And not a first, but maybe a second, or like a late-round pick. It doesn't really matter. But, again, he's been on a heater. He's been on the heater. Him and Lacey have been the go-to punch in that offense, along with Harrison Wallace from Penn State, which we knew was pretty good. And that defense is doing good, is doing its job. They handled Georgia. They really handled Georgia in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. So shout out to them. Miami, on the other hand, I mean, just all the Hall of Famers you could think of, or great players that you know, Edgerrin James, Michael Irvin, Ray Lewis, just everybody there cheering on for Miami Hurricanes. And Carson Beck has done a good job taking care of the ball, not turning the ball over at a high clip, doing his thing, doing his job, and making sure his defense goes crazy, because they've been going crazy. And it's two players, Ruben Bain and Akeem Messador, that's been doing wonders, and Keontae Scott, who should be drafted maybe in the second round, third round, but pretty good corner. We're going to see where he goes. But this team has been great. And, must not forget, Mark Fletcher, the running back. And Malachi Tony and C.J. Daniels, the wide receivers. They've been doing their thing. Francis Mainoa and that offensive line has protected Carson Beck pretty good against these guys. They handled their business against Texas A&M, and they handled their business against Ohio State. 14-0 in the first half. Wasn't expecting that, but we got it. Now, the X factor. In this game, I think it's going to be the battle of the running backs. Mark Fletcher versus Kewan Lacey. Who's going to outdo who? Who's going to get more yardage? Who's going to go crazy? And I think the team with the offensive lineman that's going to be a first rounder is going to do it. I think Mark Fletcher is going to just run over that Ole Miss defense, because I don't really trust many folks on that defense. I trust Miami's defense more to stop Trinidad Chambliss and maybe make him one-dimensional, like passes to Wallace all the time. And again, if Wallace is the only receiver you got and no one's doing anything, it's going to be pretty easy to slow down Ole Miss. So I got Miami winning this game. I can see them making it. It's just so much riding on it, so much going crazy. So much of it is Carson Beck just taking care of the ball and handling his business. Like, last week it was Carson Beck should do this, Carson Beck should do this. Now it's, can the defense stop Trinidad Chambliss? That's literally what it comes down to. And I think they can, because they have a first rounder who's going to be top 10, and then a potential first rounder in Messador, who's just a wrecker. So we going to see. Miami and Ole Miss this Thursday. We going to see in the Fiesta Bowl.